Welcome to the EPG Pathshala. I'm Dr. Rupneet Lali and I will be covering the module on prison visiting system. The learning objectives are to understand why there is a need for a prison oversight mechanism. Second is to understand the concept and practice of the prison visiting system. And third is to know about the composition of Board of Visitors. And fourth is to also know the duties and responsibilities of the prison visitors. Now, the atmosphere of secrecy which surrounds prisons not only closes them to public participation and scrutiny, but also perpetuates the growth of corruption and violence within the prison system. To prevent such situations, it is important to establish systems through which prison conditions and staff functioning in prisons can be monitored. A transparent, open and accessible prison system is likely to be accountable and successful in maintaining human rights standards. The needs for an external oversight or citizen sector intervention in prisons is not a new concept. It was recognized more than a century ago in the 1894 Prison Act, which accepted that a system of visitors would be of value in providing humanitarian aid to prison inmates secluded from society. The Indian Jails Committee of 1990 and 1920, under the chairmanship of Sir Alexander G. Cardew, appointed by the British government in that year, devoted a whole chapter to the making of this system more effective and efficacious. Now, this concept of having a prison visiting system is a form of non-government intervention in the management of prisons. However, this concept did not find a place in the body of the main provisions of the Prison Act of 1894. The prison visiting system is functional today in most of the states in our country, and the present provisions for both having official and non-official visitors, which are there in the prison manuals of various states, are as a result of subsection 25 of section 59 of the Prison Act of 1894. The prison visiting system is a system to bring more transparency, more accountability. It has two types of visitors, namely the official visitors and the non-official visitors. So under the Indian Constitution, prisons is a state subject. It is listed under entry 4, list 2 of the 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution. So we have different states which have their own prison manuals, which have different types of organization, which have their own rules and models. And accordingly, the rules for constituting the prison visiting system, they differ from state to state. So some states have a prison visiting system, some will not have a similar system. In 1920, the Indian Jail Committee recommended that the local government may direct the appointment of a sufficient number of official and non-official visitors in every central prison, district prison and sub-jails. It further stated that all district and central prisons where female prisons are confined should have lady visitors who should be appointed. The prison visiting system as it exists today is a mechanism where people from the outside community are appointed by the government to enter the prison and monitor the prison conditions therein. The courts have also given rulings on the role of prison visitors. As independent observers of the functioning of prisons, it has been repeatedly recognized by the Supreme Court and by the High Courts as well. In fact, in the Sunil Batra case, the Supreme Court observed that the Board of Visitors is important for the protection of rights of prisoners. It stated that the board, which includes both judicial officers and people from varied social backgrounds, vested with visitorial powers, could be an instant administrative grievance redressal mechanism to protect the rights of prisoners. And the directions given in the Sunil Batra case were further reiterated by the Supreme Court in the Rakesh Kaushik case. This system of oversight is also beneficial for women prisoners. Though the percentage of women prisoners is low, it's approximately 4.5% in India, they are in need of special care and attention. The report of the National Expert Committee on Women Prisoners, which was headed by Justice Krishna Iyer, endorsed the involvement of women social workers in prison visiting and oversight mechanism. In spite of the fact that prison visiting system has during some decades undergone some changes. You have huge changes in the prison system as such, the physical structure may have changed, but the basic character of prisons still remains closed. They are closed institutions with little public scrutiny. And this continues even to this present day, though we have the Right to Information Act and other mechanisms, but still the prisons are really closed institutions where people, normal public, do not know what is happening behind the high walls. So the rules in most of the states of the country do not specify any qualifications as such for the person to be eligible for appointment of the non-official visitor of a prison. They empower the state government to employ non-official visitors. So you have, in some states, you will have 6 non-NOVs appointed for the central prisons, 3 for each district jail and 2 for each sub-jail as such, on the recommendations of the divisional commissioner or the collector or the DM of the district in which the jail is situated. Looking at the system, there was an advisory from the central government. In fact, the Home Ministry keeps on giving certain advisories to the state government also on prison administration. So the Ministry of Home Affairs issued an advisory for the appointment and working of the non-official visitors for prison in February 2011. Now, this advisory mentioned that the system relating to non-official visitors needs to be streamlined. Since the prison administration is under the increasing public scrutiny and the role of civil society is important, it is essential that only enlightened and concerned citizens are appointed as non-official visitors. The system of appointment should be transparent and democratic with prescribed criteria. The members who are selected as NOVs should have knowledge and or expertise in areas such as prison reforms, legal rights, counseling, social work, criminology, vocational training, education, etc., and they must become operational on a regular and stable basis. Women visitors may also be appointed as NOVs to look into the issue of women prisoners. Now, further, the advisory mentioned that the number of visits made and the quality of service rendered must be the criteria for reappointment or also of termination of the service of the NOVs. The non-official visitors appointed to each jail may also be paid reasonable honorarium to cover their incidental expenses on whether it's transport or stationery, etc. Now, to coordinate between the official visitors and the NOVs, there is a provision in the jail manual for establishment of a board of visitors, and this is to be constituted by the deputy commissioner or the DM for each jail. And the meeting of the board of visitors is to be held once in a quarter. The deputy commissioners or the DMs should be impressed upon the need for paying special attention to constituting the board of visitors and to ensure that the meeting of the board is held regularly. At the first meeting, a roster of visits is to be prepared for the next 12 months, which permits a monthly visit in each jail by a visitor, either official or non-official. In addition, every NOV must also visit a prison once a month outside the prescribed roster. The NOVs appointed by the government have to discharge their duties within the parameters of the functioning of the board of visitors. Now, what are they? To visit the prison regularly, to help the administration in correctional matters, and to attend to the requests and complaints of the prisoners pertaining to their care and welfare. After completion of the visit, the visitor enters his remarks in the visitor's book as required by the rules and also advises the superintendent to take such remedial measures as are required with utmost expedition. The advisory mentioned that after appointment of NOVs, they must be sensitized and trained about their duties, roles and responsibilities, because many times it was felt that prison visitors did not know about their role. They must be visiting regularly. And the purpose of constitution of board of visitors is to first regulate the prison visits by official and non-official visitors through the roster of visitors, to ensure at least one visit of the prison per month by an agency other than the officials of the department, and to involve all persons nominated as official or non-official visitors, and to give each one of them occasions of visiting prison, and to provide a forum for discussing problems of prisons and prisoners outside the intervention of the prison department. So the chapter on the Board of Visitors is also there in the new Model Prison Manual of 2016, which has kept the advisories in mind, and it provides that the state government shall by notification constitute a Board of Visitors which will comprise both official and non-official members at the district and subdivision level. The task of the Board of Visitors as specified in the manual includes monitoring the correctional work in prisons with special attention to the degree and quality of the training and the effectiveness of infrastructure, facilities in the prison, whether it's overcrowded or not. What are the educational programs, suggest avenues leading to improvement in correctional work, and going into the individual and collective grievance of prisoners and providing redressal in consultation with the prison authorities. The composition of the Board of Visitors shall comprise the following official members: the district judge at the district level or the subdivisional judicial magistrate exercising jurisdictions at the subdivisional level, the district magistrate at the district level or the subdivisional officer at the subdivision level, and the district superintendent of police, the chief medical officer of the health department at the district level and subdivisional medical officer at the subdivision level, the executive engineer at the district level and the assistant engineer PWD at the subdivisional level, the district education officer dealing with the literacy programs, the district social welfare officer, the district employment officer, district agriculture officer and district industrial officer. And the board shall make at least one visit per quarter, and for the purpose presence of 3 members and the chairman shall constitute a quorum. The Board of Visitors shall also comprise the following NOVs: 3 members of the Legislative Assembly of the state, of which 1 should be a woman, a nominee of the State Human Rights Commission, and 2 social workers of the district and subdivision. One of them shall be a woman having an interest in the administration of prisons and welfare of prisoners. So this was under the Model Prison Manual. And the district judge should be the chairman of the Board of Visitors at the district level, and at the subdivisional judicial magistrate should be the chairman at the level. The NOVs, after their appointment, they must be sensitized and trained about their duties, roles and responsibilities. The Board of Visitors shall meet in the office of the Superintendent of Prison at least once in every quarter. The minutes of every meeting of the Board of Visitors shall be recorded in the Visitors Minute Book, and the same shall be forwarded to the IG Prisons with comments of the Superintendent. And a copy of the minutes shall also be dispatched to every member of the Board of Visitors. The Inspector General of Prisons shall place a copy of the minutes of the last meeting or meetings of the Board of Visitors of all the prisons before the State Advisory Board. And when a non-official member of the Board of Visitors visits a prison, he shall be accompanied by at least 1 member, that is either official or non-official. And the roster is such that there will be 1 visit every month. And during the visits, a visitor shall enjoy the rights to converse secretly or separately with any prisoner who is willing to talk to the visitor. However, such separate interaction between a visitor and a prisoner shall be held within the prison wall, within the sight of a prison officer. This is essential because who knows what may happen. The visitor, immediately after such conversation with the prisoner, shall inform the chairman of the board in writing about what transpired in the conversation with the prisoner. And the chairman, if he thinks it is necessary, shall take up the matter with the superintendent of the prison. So any observation or comments which are made by the visitors in the visitors book, any member shall be brought to the notice of the IG Prisons by the superintendent along with his own comments. The copy of these will be sent to the visitor and the chairman of the Board of Visitors. So what's the role of visitors? The members of the Board of Visitors shall specially attend to the quality and quantity of prison diet, condition of the kitchen, hospital, availability of medicines, hospital management, medical treatment of prisoners, sanitary arrangements, aspects of vocational training, literacy programs, and library facility for the prisoners. The superintendent shall present before the visiting member or members of the Board of Visitors any paper, document pertaining to correctional work, recreation and trainings of prisoners, prison diet, medicine, grievance of prisoners, and followed redressal of such grievances if it is sought by the visiting member of the board. The superintendent shall not be bound to present any register, document, paper pertaining to financial accounts before a member of the Board of Visitors without the written approval of the IG Prisons. And the superintendent shall ensure that the prisoners lodging the complaints with the visiting members or members of the Board of Visitors do not subsequently fall prey to vendetta of the accused or the prison staff complained against. And this is also important because then no prisoner will be willing to speak up with the prison visitors. And following such visits by the member or members of the Board of Visitors, the superintendent shall also inform the IG prisons regarding the details of the visits, and for the purpose of the meeting of the Board of Visitors, one official visitor and 2 NOVs form a quorum. Now, what is the term of the NOVs? A non-official member of the Board of Visitors shall hold office for a period of 2 years from the date of his appointment to the board, and he or she may also be considered for reappointment. The appointing authority may cancel the appointment of any NOV for reasons to be recorded in writing, and the removal of non-official visitors must not be arbitrary and should be based on a sound reasoning. In particular, any removal must be made after following the principles of natural justice. What are the duties of visitors? All visitors, whether they are official or non-official, at every visit shall examine 1. The cooked food, inspect the barracks, the wards, the worksheds and other buildings of the prison. So they will see whether they are clean, whether they are overcrowded, whether they are hygienic, and ascertain whether conditions of health, cleanliness, security are attended to, whether there is a proper management and discipline is maintained in every respect, whether any prisoner is illegally detained, supposing somebody is kept in a solitary confinement, whether the person has served his sentence and not been released, or is detained for undue length of time while waiting trial. Examine the prison registers and records, the remission register, the wage register, except secret records and records pertaining to accounts. They can check the other registers. Hear and attend to representations, petitions made by or on behalf of prisoners. Many times prisoners will talk to the non-official visitors in case they are doing a thorough work, and talk about their grievances. A directive deemed advisable that any such representation be petitioned to forthwith to the government and forwarded to the government. Let's say they've said, we want a change we want wages to be revised. So that move can only be made by the government. So this representation can be forwarded to the government. Suggest new avenues for improvement in correctional work. What are the ways which vocational programs, work programs can be improved? So this is a help to the prison administration. The Board of Visitors, to record the remarks, they must enter their remarks. It should not be just merely verbal orders. So every visit has to be followed by written remarks in the visitor's book. And a copy of these remarks are forwarded to the IG prisons to pass on such orders as he thinks necessary. And they are also sent to the visitor. The Board of Visitors will have the power to call forth or ask for any book unless the superintendent gives reasons which are recorded in writing to decline that the production of such records is undesirable. However, every visitor should have the right to see any prisoner and to put any question to him out of hearing of any prison officer. Non-official visitors shall not visit prisoners who are not allowed to be interviewed on medical grounds. Prisoner is not well in the prison hospital, may not be desirable for the NOV to interview the prisoner if the doctor is not advised so. Visits shall not ordinarily be made after prisoners have been locked up for the night and also on prison holidays. And the district and session judge has to visit and inspect the prisons. It is the duty of the district judge to visit and inspect the high security and other prisons and the whole prison, and to satisfy himself that all rules, regulations, directions and orders made or issued to such prisons are duly observed and enforced. In fact, now we are having the CGM also visiting the prison regularly and seeing whether under trials under 436A are being released as per the directions of the Supreme Court. The record of inspection, a record of the result of each visit and inspection made, shall be made in a register which has to be maintained by the Superintendent of Prison. And the district and session judge has to communicate only with the superintendent of the prison. The district judge shall not ordinarily address any communication or order to any officer of a prison below the rank of a superintendent. All orders which are issued by the district and session judge shall be in writing. The judge is not required to interfere in matters of detail affecting management of prison. Like, let's say, what should be the lockup time, or the time prisoners should be fed. That is to be left for the prison administration. He should refrain from any action which may be taken to weaken the authority of the superintendent over the subordinate prison officers and also the prisoners. This is especially important since it is the superintendent who is the overall in charge of the prison. and it is as per his efficiency whether a prison is well or badly managed. And a copy of the remarks made by every visitor together with the superintendent's reply or the action taken by the superintendent shall be forwarded to the IG so that he knows what has happened. Somebody inspected a prison, what the remarks were, what has been the follow-up. And in case the remarks relate to the long detention of an under trial prisoner, a copy of such remarks shall also be forwarded to the session judge. Let's say a prison visitor has been able to talk to an under trial who has already served more than half the period of his detention, maximum detention. He or she should be released on bail. So it is important for the district judge to know that such person prisoner has made this complaint. Disposal of the remarks made by a visitor. Any remarks made by the visitor under the preceding section should be limited to a statement. It should be fair criticism of actual facts. Which have come to the knowledge, and also suggestions which may be desired by to be taken up by whether it's the IG or the superintendent. Criticism should be confined to such aspects of the ordinary administration and the management of prison which, in the opinion of the visitor, can be improved upon. Now, the IG prisons may pass orders on any remarks made by a visitor. The system of prison visitors is still considered by prison staff as unnecessary, as an intrusion in their work, and that non-official visitors reduce their functioning to a mere clerical formality in the absence of any accountability. In fact, I recall that Justice Venkat Chalaiya had mentioned that these visits may be more like having chai and samosas and nothing beyond that. So this system is extremely important in some countries like the UK. The Board of Visitors is extremely effective. The visits of ex officio visitors of the prisons are not as regular and as purposeful as they are intended in the rules. In fact, there was a report on the prison monitoring by the NGO Commonwealth Human Rights Initiative, and this report was titled Looking into the Haze. It was released last year in 2016 by the CHRI, which has worked a lot on the prison visiting system. It has stated that the overall picture of the prison visiting system in the country is dismal, black, and in need of immediate attention. The CHRI study revealed that not even 1% of the jails are monitored according to this law. Out of 29 states in the country, only Meghalaya stands at 100% compliance of the standards laid down regarding appointment of non-official visitors and constitution of Board of Visitors and their meetings. All other states fall short of adherence to the legal mandates laid down in the prison rules. The study also found that while people from civil society and significant professions need to be put in such committees, usually politicians are appointed and they just visit the jails with sweets during festivals, and as a result there is little oversight of prisons, a great neglect of facilities and breaches of rights that have remained unrepaired for decades. Only 0.6% of the jails have these committees in absolute numbers, and only 5 of the 1382 jails are monitored according to law, and only 4 states have constituted such committees for all their jails. So this was the monitoring of the prison visiting system, the study done by CHRI. And many times it has been seen that yes, people who are appointed may be political appointees, they may just want lights on their car, or they may want to show their influence with the others that they get appointed, and they do not perform their role properly. And that's why appointing the right kind of persons who are aware of what they have to do and being sensitized about their role is going to be important. So if we evaluate the role of the visitors prison visiting system, it is extremely important for the creation of congenial atmosphere that the role of prison visitors, that is both official as well as non-official, is extremely important. They can work in a more constructive approach. They can bring to the notice of the government various deficiencies of the system. This is always a result of inspection of the prisons, observations of prison life, documentation of observations, prevention of any violation, improvement of prison conditions, and redressal of prisoners' complaints. In fact, recently in the Baikula prison, there was a riot of women prisoners that had taken place. And the question that came up was whether prison visitors were appointed and whether they they were unable to redress the prisoners' complaints. Had that prison system, visiting system been effective, it could have been avoided as such. And such visits reveal if food, water, sanitation and hygiene in jails are in order. They also help to reveal how vulnerable groups like women, the physically or mentally ill, the foreign prisoners, whether there are any juveniles in prisons, because juveniles need to be lodged in special homes, whether they are migrants, a person who may be from another state may not be able to speak the language. So some issues to redress that grievance, and minority groups, how they are being treated. So this apart, the visits are crucial in establishing if record books are being properly maintained, and with timely intervention, the problems will not grow to unmanageable proportions as such. A stitch in time saves nine, so prison visits are extremely important. They can help prison administration in securing the cooperation of also NGOs which are working and which are engaged in philanthropic work. For example, let's say the visitor realizes that there is a need for having a special medical camp, and they will have their contact with the doctors. So a special medical camp can be held in the prison with the intervention of the visitor as such. So a lot of philanthropists are in fact interested in working with the prisoners. They may be a link between the visitors, maybe a link between the prison administration and the prisoners. So they can extend their activities within the prison walls who require the support of society. Another important role that can be played by them is for the reintegration of offenders once they are released back into society. They can prepare the members of society to discard their prejudices for casual offenders and accept them back into the fold and reintegrate them. So whether the person needs employment, a visitor may be able to get that prisoner some employment. So the institution, I'll conclude by saying that the institution of prison visitors is thus not only desirable but also essential for the development of correctional atmosphere in prisons. However, it needs to be streamlined, it needs to be reinforced, and in order to make the prison visitors improvement, it's important to make the imprisonment less dehumanizing and to make the prison regime more purposeful. Prisons must become more open and transparent in their functioning, and it is said that the best disinfectant is sunlight. So getting visitors enter the prison, the closed system, seeing the functioning will help to improve the system in becoming more open, more transparent and much more effective. Thank you.